So there's a lot of stuff got to do today. Got to fix a mistake. So instead of putting a seal in there like I wanted to do, everybody talked me into just putting some goop-de-goop. I can't think what it's called. And I guess I didn't put enough, or it didn't hold, or I don't know. But I'm gonna yank it off again, catch as much as I can of it, and clean that surface off, put a gasket, put some goop on the gasket, and then seal it back up, and then it'll be good for a long time. Shit. So I gotta tell all the people that I said this goop seal didn't seal. Sorry, because it's not coming from the rear pod seal. It's coming from where the drive shaft actually goes into the rear differential. It's that seal that's gone. I guess it hasn't leaked before on me because it's probably low since I got it back. But now, whoop, there's a drip. Now I'm gonna park it normally how I do at the house, at the slant, so it's gonna go away from it, and I'll eventually have to replace that seal. But I'd rather just replace the whole rear axle before I do that. I don't know if the camera can see the shininess right there. It is dripping down here, but there's the way it's going. Coming out of this front seal. Hopefully parking, because my driveway's got a slope to it, and I did have it parked the opposite way, so the float was trying to go this way. Hopefully parking it the normal way, pushing it to the back. So the next thing we're going to do is crawl up underneath her, and we're going to mess with the front differential. She's pretty dirty. Probably after I fill it. I'm going to go ahead and drain it. I'm going to pull this what is it called? Skid plate. And pull the drain on it, drain it out, and then I'm going to, plug her back up and refill her. And then I'm going to leave this off, get the power washer off, and I'm going to just blow the shit out of her and clean all this off. She's leaking a little oil, a little grease. All kinds of oils, actually. Just leak. Just going to dust it off, though. The fill plug is right here. There's your fill plug. And the drain plug's probably going to be underneath this plate. That's what 100 years of dust and mud looks like. It's a ball of shit. Drain. I'm gonna go ahead and drain it all out. When they put the new CV axles, I don't know, maybe they refilled it, maybe they didn't. But I've got the oil, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drain it and refill it. She doesn't look to be leaking. Nothing looks wet, it's all dry, dirt and mud. So she's definitely not clear, but who knows what kind of oil they put in it. It's got like a goldish tint to it. Most of these differential fluids are clear. There might be some that have some color to them, but most of the ones I've ever used they're just straight clear. They smell horrid. Maybe this is original. Original. I doubt it. Original would be... I don't think it'd be... really, I can't smell it. Yeah, a little bit. So something that you need to do before you start letting this stuff drain out, you need to make sure you can get this one off. Because if you let this one open, it all drains out, and you can't get that one off, and you're just stuck. But always take and break it loose, and then I'll undo this one, and then I'll undo the top one and let it all drain out. It's just a pain in the ass if you can't get them both off. So I got both these skid plates off. Since this one here was originally black, I imagine. I don't know, maybe it wasn't black. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it back black, clean it up, paint it back black, and that other one, probably gonna just paint it aluminum since it's already aluminum looking. Just put some aluminum paint on it just to cover up, because there's a few places where aluminum can't rust, but it can corrode. You can see the surface corrosion. And I'm gonna paint it with some aluminum paint, so it's gonna look the same. It's just gonna have something to protect it from everything, weather, corrosion. So I got them both out here on my, I'll call this my painting trailer, because I always got to put more paint on it because it goes to the lake and it gets rust. So I paint everything on it because more paint on it's better than last. I think the last thing I painted on it was the differential cover. But I think I'm going to paint both these with aluminum looking paint. I'll do this one black. This one black. And this one aluminum.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
So paint's dry. I just threw some paint on there because of the corrosion. But while I was waiting on the paint to dry, I went inside and I was playing on my phone. And I looked and I found some pretty sweet aftermarket ones you can buy of these. And they're pretty cheap. You can get all this one plus your two other skid plates, you know, under $100, brand new. They're billet. They're pretty fancy looking. So I'll probably eventually get some. But for now, we're just gonna shove these back up under there. I went ahead and threw some paint on everything that I could up underneath here, just to give it some protection. So another thing I like to do before I put these old bolts back in, I put some grease, just a thin coat of grease or a little dab, and it'll spread itself out. That way it can't seize up, galled up on these threads, because they're, you know, it's out, it's exterior, it's underneath the undercarriage. There's going to be water, dirt, mud, rust, all kinds of stuff trying to seize these things up. Just a little bit of grease and it's going to help it a long way. Now, I do torque these on. I'm going to hit it with a torque wrench to get to the right foot-pounds, whatever I want to do. Bolt this big, I'm probably going to do probably like 30 foot-pounds, maybe 40. I'll have to look up the spec on it. But, you know, grease, Loctite, they're doing the same thing. They're sealing off these threads the way water and dirt and grime and stuff can't get in there and gall them up. Now, like if the bolt's exterior, it's going to be out in the elements, I'm going to put grease. But if it's like in something and it's not going to be getting as much weather on it, I'll use Loctite. Except like in my skis get water inside them in the engine bay, so I'll use grease on the inside of that too instead of Loctite. Hard to see. Got paint on it. Got paint on this thing down here. Fingerprints in it, but
Look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.